My next guest, he is currently signed with BKFC, and you can catch him next Friday night, March 19th, where he goes head to head against Leonard Bad Boy Garcia in the main event for BKFC 16. Please welcome my guest, Mr. Joe Hitman Elmore. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just got done with well, not done with the long day of training. Just got training. Just got done with our first part of our long day of training, and doing this interview, getting ready for the next one.
Awesome, brother. Now, you're going to be main eventing next week's card for BKFC 16 against Leonard Garcia, sir. How you feeling about that?
Excited, man. Prepared. Ready to go to war.
Awesome. Now, for the audience that may not know your background, Joe, can you please just shed some light on who you are and what you're about?
I'm Joe Hitman. I'm one. I got a long background in martial arts. Got my first black belt when I was 14 years old. Did gymnastics, state championship wrestling all 4 years in high school. Went to state championships. I've been in combat sports. I got about 40 pro MMA fights, about 37. I was 23 and 13 right now, 2-0 in the BKFC. Just currently got fight of the year. Was nominated for both fights against Will Chope and Tom Shope. And I actually won fight of the year for the Tom Shope fight. I'm currently ranked #1 in the world in the official bare knuckle rankings for the Police Gazette. #1 bare knuckle fighter in the world, 165 pounds. Fighting Leonard Garcia for the main event, hoping to take him out and become the BKFC 165 champion, and still that 165 diamond belt as well, man. That's a big belt for me because I got some Irish blood. I'm an American, but I got a lot of Irish blood.
Yeah.
And that John L. Sullivan belt, man, it's a pride of an Irish. It's the very first belt ever, so I want both those belts.
So
That's where I'm at now.
you're an athlete, Joe, and you're a fighter. Definitely, you're a competitor. Fair to say, correct?
100% competitor.
So why go and take the leap to BKFC? What about that interested you?
Um, Man, I fought Bellator and chased the UFC forever. Got a lot of local main events, and I've just been fighting MMA for so long. I kind of just got bored with it. Not really bored, but you fall out of love with something, right? You know, because if you love something more than it loves you, or you give something more than it gives you back, you just get rid of it, right? You know, so I lost my passion. But when I saw BKFC come back, man, I remember back in the day, UFC to me was headbutts and crotch kicks, and all that was legal. The only thing you couldn't do was fish hook and eye gouge.
Yeah.
And where I was from, you know, you didn't have a lot of jiu-jitsu, and I'm from the country, man. So me and my friends would get bored. We'd fight each other in the backyard. Like we get Walmart boxing gloves. Sometimes we wouldn't do anything, and we watched Kimbo Slice and guys like that. And I just remember how much I loved it, you know, like
Yeah.
when you love college football instead of NFL because you got the passion back. And that's what BKFC did. I saw great things. I saw them rising fast. It's a company that doesn't have superstars yet. I mean, there's superstars from other companies that are starting to come in here, and I knew my ability. I just knew that I could make a staple and a statement and become one of the faces of BKFC. And in my mind, that was my intention. So I approached Nate Shook, who was a matchmaker for another MMA company for a long period of time. I believe it was Island Fights with Dean Toole down in Florida. He started matchmaking with BKFC. One of my friends, Rusty Essery, did the 135 tournament, did pretty well. And I was like, you know what? This is my sport. And I talked to my wife about it, and she's like, baby, that's you, man. They can't, I'm a good wrestler and a good grappler, but they can't take you to the ground. My power is way beyond something else. I can throw every single ounce of power I got with a left hook and a right straight and an uppercut and never have to worry about getting taken down. It's a real fight. I just love it. Passionate about it. I fell back in love with it. And I just know we're going to do great things.
Definitely, definitely. Now, growing up, my dad would always like to say, back in the day, there were no rules, or back in the day, people weren't scared to, fight and throw down. So, as we've seen the bare knuckle product, it's really, in a sense, it takes you back, like you just said. Now, you've really challenged yourself, and you're off to a heck of a start. You're 2-0 right now. Again, you said match of the year candidates. You finished one of those fights, and you're ascending and you're climbing up those ranks now. What can we expect, Joe, from your next fight, from you?
Just a different side, man. I like to show a different side every fight.
Okay.
I went in and I knocked Will Chope out really, really fast. 119 fight veteran, UFC veteran. But you know, people, I have a different style, man. This is not boxing. So I went out there and people were like, oh man, you know, he was sloppy. He got a lucky punch. So I told my coach before the last fight, I was like, man, this guy's going to be able to out jab me. And he's got 7-inch reach on me. And I was like, I know you want me to go out there and fight smart and bob and weave and move and tuck my head and not get hit, and try to hit him with some knockout points and outpoint him. But I was like, man, with that 7-inch reach, it's going to be a lot easier to go in there and take a punch, coach, and just let him hit me with that jab, angle up, and throw the overhand right, drop him. That or slip through and let him get a nice little uppercut, but leave him open for that left hook, which I dropped him with that too. And just show I can have toughness. And yeah, man. So I believe that people get to see different sides. And leading up to this fight, I want to show them I do have head movement too. So I'm going to show them both sides. I'm going to show them I can knock him out. I can move my head. I can bob and weave. I'm going to show off my boxing. My blessing this time is last time I had one of my buddies helping me here that was under my boxing coach from Detroit. But I've actually got my boxing coach down here living with my buddy down here training me, living with me for this camp. So I've been waking up 6 o'clock in the morning. And he's in my living room right now waiting for me to get done with this interview so we can do hand pads again, work angles, strategy, like Mike Tyson and Customato, man. When you have that kind of unit here, I'm going to pick Brandon Maddox up from the airport. He just got done fighting White Chocolate. I'm not sure if he's top 10 in the world, but he beat White Chocolate in that fight for Golden Boy, man. They stole that fight from him. I'm going to pick him up at the airport. He's going to finish out my sparring camp with me, make sure I'm sharp in my boxing. I'm going to showcase all of that in the fight.
Now, Joe, has your routine, as far as the way you train and your mindset, changed from MMA going into bare knuckle?
Yeah. I just feel like I'm at home, man. In MMA, I loved MMA. I'm a grappler. I do professional grappling, submission only tournaments. I'm only a purple belt, and I've probably submitted 50 black belts in these tournaments around here that I get invited because I spend so much time in no-gi. But I also box, man. I was a boxing coach at X3 Sports with Coach Isidoro. He was the Cuban Olympic boxing coach. He just left and went to, where'd he go? Yoel Ramirez's camp. Coach Isidoro and Coach Aladino went down to train with Coach with him because, you know, I guess they grew up together, friends in Cuba. Yeah. And so, I mean, I've been around guys like that my whole career. And so I just get to, you know, a little bit of everything, man. It's all led me into what I really want to do is knock people out and entertain people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, Joe, before we sign off, what is your goal here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship? What's your expectation from yourself there?
To be the champion. I came into it with the goal. I mean, I hope every fighter out there, no arrogance. I'm trying to stay humble and show people how loving I am, but I want to be the champion. I deserve to be the champion. I'm training to be the champion. I'm giving it everything I have and trying to help build the company too, man. And by being the champ, and I want that strap. I want to defend that strap and be a true champion and possibly be a 2-division champion. I'm going to focus on what's in front of me right now with Leonard Garcia, but because he is in front of me and because he is the roadblock to stop me from getting that championship, yeah, I'm gonna stay focused on that. And I possibly, man, I just might be an undefeated 165 champ and retire undefeated with 6 or 7 defenses. I don't know. That's what I hope for. That's what I dream for. That's what my coach is living with me for. That's what I sacrifice everything for.
Well, you're definitely a hungry fighter. You're ascending. Again, you're 2-0. Very excited to watch you next week. That's going to be next week on Friday, March 19th. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC 16 will come to you live, as well as Mr. Joe Hitman Elmore versus Leonard Bad Boy Garcia. Is there anything you want to say, Joe, before we sign off?
Always, man. I always have to finish, and I'm going to do this real quick. I made an easy little reel here.
Yeah.
I want to thank all my sponsors. They've been here with me. I'm going to read them off real fast. It's Veteran Farms, Down to Earth Irrigation and Landscaping, Quit Bitching Coalition, Eat Clean Bro, Sunshine Roofing LLC, Innovative Aquatics, Nivea Health. They're my health sponsor, man. They give me all my therapies for free. That's why I'm in here getting murdered and coming back. PRP, Scars Fixed. Let's see, Jason Creasy Law Firm, Hardline Roofing, House of Sounds, Cigar Store Idiots Podcast, Rooftop Supplements, Just Heart Apparel, Atlantic Wrapping, Testing, Garden Go Mouth Guards, ADM Automotive in Michigan, Steve Tyson, the original Hitman, who was in the UFC, a pro boxer forever, gave me permission to be the Hitman and now sponsors me as brothers. Let's see, Bail Bonds by Mark Harris, Fight Promotions, Dog Pound Ambition, Nature's Cure, CBD. Everybody keeping me healthy, supporting me. All these guys are financially keeping me home so I can still support my family or chase my dreams to be the world champion. So I just want to thank them. Thank you for having this platform for me so I can touch your viewers and anybody watching this, guys. Hey, I only get to show y'all sometimes 30 seconds of me in the ring and maybe 10 minutes at most. Y'all get to know me. Check out my Instagram, Joe Hitman 187 on Instagram. I literally will message all of you back. I interact with my fans, sign shirts. I have giveaways. So just interact with me because I want to be the people's champ more than a real champ. Even if I lose, as long as I'm the people's champ, that's what matters.
Hey, that is Joe Hitman Elmore. Thank you so much for your time, Joe. I truly appreciate you making the time to come on the show with us. And if you don't know who he is, I guarantee you watch BKFC 16. You will definitely remember his name. Joe, thanks for coming on again. And to all the viewers, thanks for joining me today. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.